Hey everyone, I'm Pastor Drew, and this is my Friday message. This week at Redeemer, as we gather, we continue in our sermon series called Letters to an Apprentice. We're in the book of 1 Timothy, and we're in chapter 2. And we see that in chapter 2, as the Apostle Paul lays this letter out for 1 Timothy and the church in Ephesus, that Timothy's given some instructions reminding them about the aim of their charge. We looked at that last week. The aim of our charge is love. And Paul talks about how Jesus is the mediator, and he's the only mediator between God and humanity. And he says, remind the people that God doesn't want anybody to perish, but that he, through Jesus, has made a way of good news to restore all people to him. And so as we gather this weekend, we're going to see that that's true for us. I just spent the morning with many of our preschoolers and kindergartners here at Redeemer, and we talked about the first opening words of the Bible, that in the beginning God created. And when he had looked, he created, and he said, it is very good. Everything was perfect. But then as the story goes on, we know in the scriptures, a couple chapters in, that things go awry. And no longer are things perfect and at peace, but God promises that even though we have rebelled, even though we as his creatures have walked away and caused our own death, and that sin is around us, that he will make a way. And the promise was that he would send a mediator, and that's Jesus. And so Paul's saying, share this good news, that God has given us a mediator, one who brings us fully back to be at peace with God, for you are at peace with him now through the blood of Jesus. I hope you can join us this weekend as we gather around this central theme of the Bible and the central theme of our lives, this good news. We gather at 8 o'clock for our traditional service, at 9:15 for our growth hour, Sunday school hour, and at 10:30 for our contemporary service. If you can't be with us live, join us on demand throughout the week or live online at redeemerlive.org or YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon as you rest in the promises and the hope that we are at peace with God through Jesus. Have a great weekend, everyone.